Hello, and welcome to Chief Architect Workshop. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks. Hello, today we're going to learn about the terrain pull-down menu. And for newbies, the main reason you want to learn about this is you want to know, you want to basically create this terrain. So when you pull it up in 3D, and for elevation views, it defines where the ground plane is. And that's really all we need to cover for a beginner for this section. And everything else is a little bit more sophisticated. But so first thing we want to cover is create the terrain perimeter. And the terrain perimeter, that's this guy right here. And that's very simple. Well, you basically, a lot of times I'll use it to create the site plan, the actual dimensions of the property line. I will call out the terrain, but if we want to show more stuff, more trees and whatever in the 3D, then we stretch out the terrain. So we'll pull it a little bit more on the side, so we show a little bit more, more trees, stuff going on there. That should scoot down there. There it goes. So you can do more stuff there. That's the main reason you want to mess with the terrain tool. It's just the intersection of the first floor and that. So you build a terrain perimeter, and when you pull it up in 3D, it will draw it like that. Because if you don't do it like that, say this is gone. Let's say we delete that. Then you will see the foundation down below. In this case, the wall is going down 4 feet to frost. So let's undo that, because we also lost our driveway and we lost our sidewalk. So we don't want to rebuild all that stuff just yet. You can easily play with the terrain tool. Let's play with the terrain tool. There's the, we built the terrain. This is too advanced. Let's not mess with any of that. I typically will basically use a polyline driveway tool and edit stuff that way. So here we've drawn the this guy here, and just for grins, we're going to just show another section there. And there he goes. And you can see it automatically pops it in onto the grade. And here in this view, you can see the little 6-inch step. This is dropped down. So when you go to the terrain tool, when you point to the terrain tool, let's go point to the terrain. It's kind of important. Hello, let's take arrow, point, and then our dialog box. And I typically like to keep it flat, so it'll display as a flat. As you play with the contours, it'll curve it down a little bit. And here the building pad is located 6 inches above the terrain. So you can set that. There's our building pad. We've set it 6 inches above the terrain. So that's how you can play with that. Let's see what happens if you set that to 12. Set that to 12. Now, that guy's going to pop up a little bit, isn't he? Let's see. Come on. And there it is. And now you got, as we drew in a 6-inch slab. And so it just pops the house out of the ground a little bit. And that's a little 6-inch slab for the porch entry. So we'll undo that. But those are the main, for a beginner, that's really all you really need to mess with. You can put in a driveway, put in the sidewalk, and put in your floor plan to grade. That's really all you need to do to get started. Later on, much more sophisticated things are going on, and you can edit those, such as these get really weird. This is not. This has never been. This is really not ready for prime time. All this stuff because it's very hard to control. The best is to basically use a spline elevation point, and you control it better here. Modifiers, you go get way out of whack. But you can experiment with these. The road is not bad. Road works pretty good. Sidewalk is great. And pop in the plants. Hardly ever use this guy, but these are much more advanced features. So those are the main items for the terrain tool for a beginner to play with. Thank you for checking out Chief Architect Workshop. Please remember to go to our YouTube channel, Chief Architect Workshop, and subscribe.